Hey y'all! Well, I want to talk to you a little bit today about building chassis. And I know some of you folks have woodworking shops, and I've actually worked in a woodworking shop they had when I was in high school. And I've, done construction work, done framing, I've done, some trim work and that kind of stuff, but I've never done stuff like this. And I don't have the tools here to do stuff really nice like this in high quality. Was trying to outsource it, and unfortunately the professional shops that I've contacted, not only are they really expensive, like one guy wanted $800 a piece to make this, they're also just super unresponsive. I mean, one guy, it took him 6 weeks to come back with a quote. And his prices weren't bad, but he wanted me to buy like 15 of them to get that price point. And I understand that if you're making jigs or you're setting this stuff up, that the setup time is most of it. Once you've got the setup done, you can, if you get it all in a jig with stop blocks and stuff, you can just rip off 10 of these side pieces or 20 of these side pieces and 20 of these, and then glue them up and however you're going to do it, and you're done. But 10 of them were going to be $4,000. No, yeah, 10 of them were going to be $4,000, and then you wanted 15 of them, so it was going to be $6,000. And then I'm stuck with like whatever those are made out of. And I have a feeling that somebody's buying a $6,000 to $7,000 high-end 300B amp. They're going to want to be able to choose the kind of wood that it's made out of, and some other kind of options like that it's going to be somewhat custom to them. So in that vein, I had a friend of mine, one of my viewers, who he does something else totally for a business, and this is just kind of a side thing that he's doing. We're swapping out some audio gear for the work that he's doing. He made this one for me out of cherry, and there were still a few mistakes made, which he admitted. Like, originally we were going to put these blocks in all four corners, and when he did this back on a CNC router table thing, and he got them too close to the corners. I mean, you might be able to put a little corner in there, especially if it kind of notched it out, but there's no way to put blocks in this corner with these RCA pockets. We're using these Nutric RCA pockets. These need to be moved over. This whole drill pattern needs to be moved over like to there, and then this moved over about an inch. And so anyway, I decided I want to start doing these myself, and I bought a worksite table saw, I think they call them. It's got the full 10-inch blade table saw. It's got a little smaller table than your traditional big table saw does, and my plan was to make some sort of a crosscut sled. Let me put this back down like this. So anyway, just to make some sort of a crosscut sled to cut these 45s with, and then try to figure out, I really like the way these splines look. And he had a lot of trouble doing the splines. He said that he ended up spending a lot of time getting that set up. And so I wanted to try to figure out a simpler way to kind of do that part too. And then we were talking on the phone, and he sent me to a YouTube video that I'll link below. And I haven't built this thing yet, and I haven't used it, so I can't say that this thing works just like he shows in his video. But it's this table saw thing called an Omni Sled that uses these 3D printed inserts that you put in this crosscut sled that allows you to do things like cut perfect 45-degree corners like this. And for you guys that have never done this, if it's like 44.9, there's going to be a gap. Or if it's 45.1, there's going to be a big gap on this corner, or there's going to be a big gap on the inside. They got to be like perfect. And he's doing it with the sled where it's in a V shape like this, a 90-degree V, and then you cut one corner on one side of it and one on the other, and even if it's off just a breath, the combined total is going to be 90 degrees. And so it makes perfect corners. And then it's got another insert for doing these spline cuts. And so I think between getting this, fairly nice table saw and getting this crosscut sled thing figured out, I think I'm going to be able to build these things. I mean, I've glued up speaker cabinets and all kinds of other stuff, and I don't think, coming up with a way of gluing this where it stays all square is going to be super hard either. And I already have a really nice Bosch router with a 1/2-inch mandrel and a router table that I can do this edge work, that I can do these bevels and do this rabbet in here. And then obviously with the table saw, I can rip these things to the width they need to be. He also showed me, and I'm sure there's more places than this, but this looked like a pretty reasonable place to buy all different kinds of hardwood lumber that's already, dimensioned to this right thickness, and that is sanded down to like 150 grit so that I don't have to get a planer, because that's another tool I don't want to have to get. And I'm planning to get all of this set up in the workshop in my new building when I get that done. And so I'm kind of planning ahead for what we're going to be doing next year once we move into this new space. And I think having a woodcraft fabrication area is going to be super helpful. And of course I'm going to have some sort of a dust collection system so that the whole room doesn't turn into a sawdust thing, and get all of that. So, and it may end up getting sectioned off. I may end up putting, I don't know. We'll figure that out when we get to it. But I've just kind of given up on getting someone else doing the chassis for me and doing them the way I want. And I don't think this is going to be hard to pull off doing this part of it. Now, we do have like these aluminum plates that sit in the top, and he was cutting them out with a router table setup, or a CNC router table setup that was more designed for wood and plastic, but can do aluminum. But then, he was having some issues with bits breaking and like getting the feed rates right and all that stuff. And there's the guy that's doing the fab work on my metal chassis that's right around the corner. He can fab up these top plates. And so I'm not sure that I'm going to invest in that. And they weren't super expensive. And getting a batch of 10 of them was, and he wants to do like a whole sheet at a time. So you do like 10 of them or 8 of them or something like that. And it was $500, I think, or $600. And so that's not like paying $6,000 for a bunch of surrounds. And again, if somebody says, hey, I want one in walnut, or I want it in oak, or I want it in cherry, and I want this stain, because I'm going to have to stain this too. And that, yes, that adds some time to it, but I just can't see, I think for $400 and the materials cost less than $100, that there's enough on the table there for me to make a little money or make it worth my while doing this myself. And then not only am I doing the whole thing, and I enjoy doing woodworking, it's fun. So, I mean, that adds another dimension to this kind of DIY construction business thing that I'm doing, that, hey, I get to do some woodworking too. So it's supposed to be fun. I'm doing this because it's fun. I don't need the money, but I obviously don't want to do this for free either. If I'm going to be working doing stuff, I think I should be compensated for my time, but it's not like I'm making a fortune here. And I don't know if you saw, Jay's Audio just did a video to reinforce anybody that thinks us YouTubers are like getting rich off this. I make like maybe $500 a month on a good month off YouTube. And I put in, this one video is going to take 3 hours between recording it, between setting this up, and getting the camera all done, getting everything all set up, and then recording the video, then editing it. Then I gotta upload the video, then I've got to watch it again. So I got to watch the video, like if it's a 30-minute video, I got to spend probably an hour editing it, and then I got to spend another half hour watching it, and then if there's mistakes in it, which sometimes there are, you should see my bloopers. Anyway, then you got to go back and edit all those out, and then I edit the sound separate from the video so that the audio sounds good, and it's just a ton of work, and there's not a lot of money in it. But I guess the value comes from getting the exposure on the channel for my other stuff and getting people interested in buying my gears, and it's just fun. So anyway, this is where we're headed with our chassis. Let me know what you think. I've done those KT120 mono blocks, which were kind of cool, that I bought those chassis. And we're fixing to do some 300B monos on those same chassis that I bought off eBay. But I kind of like these. And I think this style just really looks cool. So let me know what you think in the comments. And let me know if you got any ideas on any of this construction fab work. I'm all ears. I mean, I really think I want to try this Omni Sled thing, but I think you might be able to do a similar thing with just a standard sled, but I like the way that it's cutting them on a 3D printed 90-degree fixture, so that even if the blade is just a little breath one way or the other, the combination of the angles is going to be 90 degrees, and you're not going to have a gap. And I think that's going to look great. Plus, the spline thing looked super easy to do. You just set the glued up box in this thing, and you just run it. And it also looked really safe, that it has like a blade guard in the back, and it, because I know table saws can be super freaking dangerous. And I know about aligning the fence with the thing and all that stuff, and I'm going to get all that done. But yeah, you get kickback on a table saw and it'll throw the wood through a concrete block wall. I mean, it'll mess you up. So definitely got to be safety conscious, and I don't want to end up with missing digits. But that's why this sled thing looked like a safer alternative to some of the other ways of doing this that I've seen. So anyway, just something a little different to do a video about. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, like this content, please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video. Thanks to all you supporters of the channel. And until the next video, have a nice day.